Like a moth to a flame, it pulls us in. Next thing we know, we're in a now bear's den. Tomorrow, I know it all begins again. But where we're needed, we will go. And I'll roll the dice. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned.
I have
you
last
just leave
week's
us.
code written. Jeff.
Oh, and I think we're live. Hello,
Hey.
everyone,
Hello.
and welcome to this week's episode of Heroes of the Plains. I am Adam, the CDO here at Demiplane. We've got an incredible cast of players here with us tonight. We might do some introductions maybe tonight. We haven't done those in several episodes, so let's go around the virtual table and get that part done. As I said, I am Adam. I'm the CDO here at Demiplane, and we are making some really, really fun things for people to connect and play tabletop role-playing games. I also play Briv Steelmarrow here in this game, and got a lot of fun things coming up. We've got a Satine Phoenix birthday bash, and the last 24 hours of their Kickstarter that's going on this Saturday. I think it's 3 p.m. Pacific that I'm playing. I think a few other people here on playing tonight are playing in that too. But I am also going to be playing Razmataz, a jester, court fool, bard in that, and I can't wait. Cosplay might be involved. So check that out this Saturday. And you can catch me on Twitter at Bad Eye Adam. Let's go to Lauren next.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the community manager for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. I play Orkira, and I still have 2 arms. Yay. Am I supposed to do more? I felt like I was supposed to do more. Everybody just waited.
No, I was completely just kind of stalling because we've got, I think, a code issue on the screen, and I'm trying to get that fixed real quick. But let's go to B-Dave next.
It's me doing a stall. I appreciate Adam. I immediately knew where your head was at with this, and I love that
Yes.
Lauren's like, "Hi, I'm an OG 140 character tweet." Bye. Yeah. B-Dave
I'm here to
Walker.
get to the adventure.
Very Corbin Dallas.
Yeah, multipass. Yes. He knows
Corbin
it's a
Dallas
multipass. I will say I saw somebody has a vaccine registration card holder that's a multipass, and I require it now.
Oh,
I require it now.
I looked last night. They're sold out on Etsy unless you have a 3D
Oh
printer.
man.
Oh.
And if you do,
I know someone
true.
who
I
does.
was about to say, if you have a
They
3D
are.
printer, nothing's ever sold out. Yes, I
Not
say
even
words about
friends.
things. You can find me all over the internet, wherever fine streaming content can be located, especially Monday. Now we're moving to Wednesdays. Wednesday mornings at 11 for Champions of Lore, and Thursdays at 4 for Black Dice Society on D&D Twitch and YouTube. And here I am playing freely the lucky halfling who collects charisma-based classes like Pokemon, basically.
All right, and who's next? I'm trying to fix the
I'm
thing
next.
on the screen. Somebody jump in.
I'm the Dungeon Master. I am the creative manager over at Idle Champions, and I have my own YouTube channel, and I DM all these wonderful human beings. At least I try to. And what else? Yeah, I got a lovely channel with my wife, Meagan, and we talk about D&D. And we have a lot of Ravenloft, gross, body horror, cosmic horror stuff. So if you like to be upset, our channel is the channel for you.
Don't forget about Spider Horse.
Penelope Half-Pint? Who do you play?
Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. I'm your friendly improv immersive experience mocap performer. Just here to play some D&D. And I play Penelope Half-Pint, your friendly halfling druid, Circle of the Moon.
And you got your hard head and look great.
And how about Jen?
There we go.
I'll take control. I'm taking over.
You got it. I think I'm back now, so we're good.
Jen Kretchmer, what are you up to?
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. I'm a writer, actor, creator, streamer. I am on Twitter as @DreamWisp. I am here on Twitch as DreamWispJen. I am one of the authors on Candlekeep Mysteries, which is no longer the latest book from D&D. It's now the second latest. It's the penultimate. Today Van Richten's came out, and it's amazing. It's so good.
Really good.
And I'm also the creator of the accessibility in gaming resource guide, which you can find in my pinned tweet. And I play Alyndra Sarrbarand, your friendly neighborhood cleric, diviner, wizard, who apparently now has a frost giant baby running around.
Meagan Kenreck.
Hey
That is your-
everyone, if you're looking for someone to waste your time, I'm your vampire. My name's Meagan Kenreck, and I'll be playing Widdle Rhiannon, level 12 Gnome Dampier Wizard. I ran track and field at the School of Evocation. I'm Queen of Gnomish City, number 7,271,938. It's very popular. Great vacation destination. I'm your friendly neighborhood vampiric speedster.
Wait, Widdle has a last name?
I literally was thinking that, but didn't say anything on the instant. Like, what else is this woman not telling me?
I
Yeah,
had no
literally.
idea. So many secrets.
We're not as formal where I'm from, but technically I do have a last name. I think it's supposed to mean Welsh witch or so. I don't know what Welsh is, but
Welsh. Is there anybody else that needs to? I think that's everybody. All right, we're good to go. All right, we're going to jump in with a couple of sponsors here. We have returning sponsor Talon and Claw, who is doing amazing woodworking and now gemstone cutting. I mean, they pretty much are mastering all the skills that you have to master in every RPG MMO that has ever existed. Gem cutting, wood cutting, all those things. And they're putting together some incredible products. We've got a giveaway tonight of another dice vault. So keep your eyes peeled on chat for that. We have possibly, if we figure it out, I think we've got a little problem with Sirenscape, but we're typically using Sirenscape because Epic games need epic sound. And if you don't hear that, I'm pretty sure it's going to be back next week. Either way, they do great things. And so check out Sirenscape. And then, of course, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, which this was all my fault. Apparently put the wrong code into the overlay tonight. So if you haven't gotten that yet, you can check it out in chat. I think Moobot has the correct one. Hopefully we're, let's see. Yes, it looks like it's right on the overlay now. So grab that code for an Electrum chest in Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. And this is an amazing game that has many of the Heroes of the Plains characters in it. So check it out. Play the whole squad. I think, Lauren, is this correct? Like, do you get some kind of buff from like a group bonus, or is it just cool to have us all out there at the same time?
Well, it's always cool to have us all out there at the same time. But yeah, some of the characters, not all the characters yet. There's more stuff coming.
Perfect. Okay.
Freely
I
does
just revealed something I wasn't supposed to. I don't know. I don't.
Freely does bestow an AOE group buff if you have him in your formation. Like, he makes everything better for everyone around him.
Yeah, but you do that for everybody, though.
Oh, thank you.
Very true. Apparently,
you.
Griff just
IRL
skips
editing.
stuff, so I love that. Like he's like, I ain't got time for this, and he just skips stuff. So again, they are really capturing our characters very, very well. So thank you, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and turning it over to you, Todd, for us to get started.
Avon only buffs himself.
It's true.
That's not. That's actually not true.
It's not true. Actually, I buff everyone around me. So with mirror images, read that into what you will. All right. I can't believe you got the code wrong. I've never done that. Not on an official stream. Holy crap. Stop.
You have so many codes. So many codes.
So previously on Heroes of the Plains, you went into a giant, seemingly some netherese flying object that was underneath the ice of the Ninter Vale. You suspected some type of trap from the trickster god Loki. You are attempting to get the hammer of Thor back for Thor, as he just kind of laid back and hung back on Storm Herald, your flying castle. So you went in there and quickly discovered that several things were amiss. Number one, there were bags of devouring that would jump on top of your head and take control of a body, which was upsetting. And anytime a lightning or thunder spell was cast, it would power up the actual I don't want to say saucer, a very large metallic object that can fly. It also became
Vessel.
evident that
It was a flying saucer. How did I miss that?
Vessel.
well, you should have been paying attention.
We didn't let Alyndra look around. That's how we missed it. Yeah.
It was a flying city.
It was full of monsters, though. We already got one.
On top
tried
of
to
this,
tell
illusion
you.
magic wasn't quite working the way it should. On occasion, very bad things would happen if you cast any type of illusion, like goo. After Briv Steelmarrow, perhaps needlessly, but bravely climbed all the way up to the top of the ceiling, jumped down on top of the hammer, got the hammer, was Mary Poppins, lightning erupted all around him, and powered up a series of semi-clone flesh golem creatures that seemed to be resurrected by electrical energy. And it's at that point that you all noped out after Alyndra specifically had gained some kind of strange connection through her own magic to one of these creatures. A portal, because of the wild magic of someone who was actually in our chat and got a wild magic roll, opened up a portal, and the simulacrum of Avron came out. Fortunately, he is an illusion. And when he walked out, he became a victim of the energy that was in that room. And after a very sad roll, melted into goo, and everyone escaped on the Storm Herald. No one blames
He
you.
didn't have a snowball's chance.
Wow.
I mean, personally, I already nearly killed him once myself, so he was due.
He was I'm trying to figure out the logic. You are a terrible doctor, my friend.
I'm like, this gritty reboot of Frosty the Snowman only had one ending.
Well, I did cut you, so now I have to finish the job.
I mean, eventually everyone's going to be the victim of the energy in a room, right?
It's very accurate. Everyone got back to Storm Herald. Thor is drinking at the makeshift lemonade/bar stand. And you all found yourselves, after Orkira's arm was completely crushed by one of these golems, perform surgery, emergency surgery to save her arm. You all did so, and you bravely made sure she got home safe. You found the journal of the simulacrum, which said he thought he had finally found some friends, and there was still food cooking in the kitchen. And that's where we are right now.
I really need to be more patient because I got on Avron for not being here when we asked him to watch Storm Herald. And then he shows up and I'm like, where have you been? And then he turns into goo.
What is everyone doing? Orkira, you are still in the hospital bed.
Yeah, my arm's all wrapped up. And with Alyndra, I think the two of us are just trying to recover from that experience. And we've got is it a storm giant? It's just a giant?
Frost giant.
Frost giant, thank you.
You don't know specifically that it's a frost giant. You're not
okay.
quite sure what it is,
Never mind.
other than its skin is unusually clear. You can kind of see its skeletal and vein structure. It has absolutely no wrinkles of any kind, anything else like that.
How tall is it?
It's 14 feet tall.
Yeah, and isn't it all like jank and like not fully formed and like bones are sticking out and stuff?
It's not like the bones are sticking out, but it's not like 100%. Like it is. Do you ever cook chicken and you take it out too early? Yeah, it's kind of got that kind of glossy sheen to it.
We're also trying to keep it away from Thor because it might have a compulsion to attack Thor. And we also are not sure whether Thor is really Thor, and we're trying to settle that, right? Yeah.
Briv is going to go towards the lemonade stand.
Okay.
That's a sentence that just happened.
you walk out of the hospital, and also the kitchen as well. You make your way to the outside, and you see Thor.
If I happen to
drinking a
see
pint.
any of the bar keep, Omni Willie or whatever his name is, or any of those guys.
Ramble, Harry, Gentle George, and Oscar the Omnipresent.
Okay, someone takes notes better than I do. But
First
ultimately,
off, inspiration point of order for Orkira.
Oh,
see, I engineered that situation. You're welcome.
thank you.
So ultimately, as I'm walking through, if I see any of those individuals, I'm just like, Hey, the kitchen almost caught on fire. We must be more cautious. And if I don't see them, then I'm saving that for when I do see them.
None of us was cooking anything, so that's not really our situation. You're a little.
But we have thee on this ship in order for thee to keep to the kitchen and cook us food and those sorts of things. And so if the kitchen burns down, then thou shalt have no purpose any longer.
The simulacrum was just cooking dinner, so that's not on us. If he decided to leave his post, that's, if all the Storm Herald was on a fire, yeah, I'd grab a bucket. I'm not sure where I find a bucket of water, but yeah.
Very well. I just need to make sure that the kitchen remains intact because food is a very important part of our adventures.
Okay. Well, next time I'll look out for smoke, apparently. And
Do we
also
pay thee?
fire. No, we have not gotten paid. We're just along for the ride.
I start walking off at that point in time and do not respond.
I swear to God. It's like we've just been kidnapped for like a week now. And all we do is get yelled at for things that we're not paid to do.
I turn around 100 feet away and I'm just, what was that? And then I keep walking.
Oh, yeah. What's going on with you, Freely?
I want to go see Thor.
Very direct.
Yeah.
You see this conversation going on with Briv. Briv is apparently trying to antagonize Ramble Bramble, and definitely in a rambling situation. And yeah, you come up to Thor. Thor has his back to you, and he is drinking a pint.
Thor. Couple of things.
Did you get my hammer?
Well, you need to know some greater context. There was a number of frost giants in that mountain that we quickly fled. We dropped the mountain on them, but I feel like they're probably fairly resilient to ice, so might be a problem on the old prime material there.
There were giants in there, or were they just big?
I mean, I realize while I am unquestionably a large halfling, I am aware of the difference between someone who is large and someone who is a giant. You are large; they were giants. Yes.
You are
Like
you are very tall for a halfling. That's a good point. I thought you were an elf.
It's you know what? Hey, wait a second. That's what Loki said. Okay, see, this leads us to our second problem, Thor. I can call you Thor, right? We were misled by a trickster last time, and so we kind of need to get a little outside perspective on who's gonna have Mjolnir next. So we were just thinking maybe like word is like your dad apparently is pretty smart. Maybe we just check in with him, maybe pet the old ravens. I think Penelope would love to see his ravens. And then, we'll just knock all this out. And then we can go catch your brother so that he can be punished. And then everything will be set all right.
Take us to Odin.
Yeah.
What he said.
First off, you came and stole the hammer from me and then went to go get my hammer, and now you think I'm still Loki. Like, this is very circular logic.
Because this is literally what happened last time. Thor came and asked us to recover his hammer, and then Thor came and asked us to recover his hammer.
Yes, but I am Thor. I'm clearly Thor.
But that's what he said last time.
Look at my pets.
We have not been with you this entire time.
That's what happened last time. Here's the thing. The real Thor wouldn't mind taking us to have an audience with the Allfather, or at least with him, Dale, because word is that guy doesn't miss much. Think about it.
I could just take the hammer from you. You know that, right?
That thou canst try. But also...
Yeah, but that wouldn't be very heroic.
We verify thine identity this time. Next time that we do a mission for thee, thou canst stay, perhaps, I don't know, in mine bag of holding, because that way we know that thou hast not been escaping to go and disguise thyself, and we shall know that thou art still Thor, in order to know that thou art thine self, in order to give thee whatever we retrieve for thee, in whatever next quest that we perform for thee.
Okay, I've clearly had too much, or I don't know what's going on. Let's go to Asgard. If that's what is required of me right now, that's
the
fine.
real Asgard, though.
Also,
not a big longhouse with people that are not
Right.
actually themselves.
yeah, because would this happen to us too? Also, Thor, if there's one thing that you know is one thing I do not want to do is inconvenience the real God of Thunder twice. I'm just trying to make sure that we're doing this correctly.
Aren't you inconveniencing him though right now?
No.
I feel like you are.
Do you need
We
me
are
to jump?
just
Do you need
asking
me
for thee to
jump the
take us home.
Yeah, do you need me to jump the ship back to Asgard? Are you gonna do it? Because you do the crackly lightning thing. Like, I mean, because I want to get the others, like not just me and Briv, like the whole squad needs to go.
I'll do the crackly lightning thing if all your friends want. What about your tiny bush friend?
Of course, she's most important. Like, I mean, you'd be better off leaving us and taking her. Do not do that. I'm just saying, Penelope has to be where we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you jump? Can you bring the whole ship? I mean, I could do it, but I mean, apparently, like gears grind a little bit. That's why she's kind of like on E. Seeing, you notice she sort of drifted down a little bit.
Freely. One moment. And Briv tries to kind of pull Freely aside just a little bit.
Yeah.
When we get, and I'm whispering like a sawmill.
Yeah.
And he's just like, when we get to Asgard, let us not rush in like we too frequently do, perhaps.
Right.
And maybe we happen to have, I don't know if thou didst know this, but we have a world-renowned diviner traveling with us. Her name is Alyndra.
Yeah.
And she knows how to see through illusions and tricks.
But she didn't see through the last illusionary trick, though.
But I don't know if we gave her time to.
I mean, her eyes were open the entire time, Briv. I mean, she had like multiple opportunities. Okay.
That's
you know
not how magic works.
You know, she keeps telling me that wisdom is knowledge multiplied by experience. So yes, we will do it different. We'll do it her way this time.
Yes. Okay. I am glad that we are on the same page.
Yeah, we'll listen to Alyndra this time. But maybe not maybe this might not be like a new operating procedure, because we'll get stuck talking like a lot if we just do that all the time.
For sure.
Like, this time,
just in this special circumstance,
100%.
We shall go back to rushing in and killing everything.
Perfect.
And completely just reckless abandon.
We don't want any more angry gods today. Yes. We'll do it. Yes.
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
All right.
Ready? Oh, up. Bring it up. All right. Okay, ready. Yeah.
Are you two done?
We are.
Okay.
We have to collect our friends.
Yes.
So drink your little lemonade a little longer. Thunder God.
Oh my God.
We'll be right back. Oh. There's if you see like a tall skinny kid, like a really tall skinny kid, try not to hurt him. He's new.
Don't. You're all very skinny, but okay.
No, this is like a tall, skinny kid that you'll know him when you see him.
14 feet tall, probably a giant.
Right, maybe. But he's just a baby, though. It's awkward. We're working it out. I'm gonna go get the others. You just stay here. You hang out. You stay here. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna leave you unsupervised. I hit thaumaturgy, and I'm like, everybody, Thor's gonna take us to see Odin, and just yell across the ship.
Inside the medical bay, I've got my arm wrapped up and I've pulled out Alyndra's letters and I've opened up a couple that I know have names in them, and I'm sitting with Alyndra and the giant, and I'm like, all right, I mean, we don't have to pick something now that is gonna stick forever. If you change your mind, that's fine. But how about Rowan or Beckett, Jordan? Anything strike you as good? And then that happens. Oh, we should probably just ignore that.
Isn't Thor the bearded man?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a little while, and this is way more important. Getting you at least a temporary name is way more important.
I just have a memory of the bearded man trying to kill me, so I think I should go deal with the bearded man.
No one's trying to kill you here. And
did we discuss that there was potentially an element of trickery at play here, and the bearded man may not have actually been the bearded man?
I don't know. What is the trick?
A trick is when you say or do one thing, but in actuality, that is not the truth. something else is true.
How can you say something that's not true?
So, you know, what is something you know?
Give me a moment. I am in a tiny room.
Right. So, if I were to, let's see if I have spells that I can do anything here.
If she was to say, this is a very, very large room, that would be a lie.
Correct.
And so a trick is something you do intentionally to someone else. But I'm more interested in no one else getting hurt today. So why don't you just hang out here with me? And look, Charlie. What do you feel about Charlie?
I understand. I am not going to kill the bearded man.
Are you lying to us right now?
Wouldn't that be giving it away?
It would, but we're trying. I'm being honest with you. We're trying to stop a fight.
And generally, you don't lie or trick friends.
Are you my friends?
Yeah, why not?
What was that not the first question that Penelope asked you? It's usually the first question she asks everyone.
Okay.
You haven't done anything yet for us to not be friends?
I'm bored. Is there something I can do?
You want to help me pick a name for you so that we're not just calling you?
No, I don't want a name right now.
Okay.
All right. What would you like to do?
I don't know.
What do you like to do?
I want to kill something.
Right. Killing is not an ideal choice.
Okay.
What else do you think you'd like to do? Are you just...
I don't want to kill something.
Not lying to us, please, if you don't mind.
Are you just antsy? Do you just need to burn off some energy or something?
Yeah.
All right. What is something that a 14-foot tall friend could do without ruining too many things? Knitting. Would you like to learn to knit?
What is knitting?
Knitting is you take yarn, which is made of wool or some other material. It's a string, and it's woven and twisted together. And then you take it and you take 2 sticks, and using those sticks, you weave that string into fabric, into material, into garments, like Orkira's hat.
But you knitted Orkira too. I saw.
He's not wrong. They're not wrong. Yeah.
Oh, I would like to knit somebody. Would one of you like to get knit?
Orkira kind of holds her broken arm a little closer to her body. It's like, I already got knit today. I'm not in a state in where I can get any more knitting. It's been a very long day, and I've had a lot of stitches.
Okay, I will knit a thing that is not you.
Could you knit a thing and not a person?
Ooh. This is an excellent choice.
Maybe my name is Knit.
If you'd like. You don't have to stick with it. If you want to start with that, you can always change it later.
Okay. All right, I will knit something. Tiny people.
We go. Alyndra will go and find some yarn and some fairly dull knitting needles, but large enough for Knit to use.
Orkira will trying to stay awake with Knit, and will I'm gonna pull out my pole of collapsing, and I'm gonna show it to him and be like, this is the only thing I like to futz with this when I get antsy. You just press this button on the side, and I'll hand it on over.
He just keeps on trying to collapse it and bend it, and just kind of gets dangerously wibbly wobbly.
Oh, you just press this button. See, you press it and it goes. I just like to fiddle with it when I'm feeling antsy.
Okay.
Alyndra, while you're looking for knitting, could you ask freely what's going on?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We still have a telepathic bond going, I think, so I can just you
So,
we
he
can
just yelled with the thumb.
Oh, okay.
that.
So everybody hears that in their head. What's going on? I'm here with Knit. He wants to knit people.
We're
Knit
just
people.
we're gonna go and we're gonna meet Odin to make sure this is Thor, and then give him the hammer back, and then everything will be fine.
I like this plan.
Also,
Can you-
we asked him not to squash the baby giant.
Okay, we're doing our best to keep the baby giant here, but the baby giant is antsy, and
Yeah.
He knows about the baby giant.
Yeah, he's aware.
Well, and now the baby giant knows about Thor.
Then that's more reason for us to go quickly. Also, Alyndra, Briv and I agreed that we're gonna listen to you when we're with Odin, so we don't start like a god war.
I am a little
right?
tired and
Really?
probably need to rest a while before starting a god war. So
Yeah.
As do I, because I think I just heard you say you were going to listen to me.
Out loud, Orkira starts to thank the Phoenix. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't know what you did to convince them, but thank you.
But
Sorry.
We should move along though, because the longer we stay here, the longer Loki's gonna like do something.
and not in the bond, I look at Freely and just say, wait, we aren't okay between the two of us, but where is Penelope? Because she has been known to be rash occasionally as well, and we should have formed her into our pact.
Oh yeah, where is she? I haven't seen her since she was like a big badger. And I'd like to look for Penelope.
You'll find Penelope sitting with the dinner that Avron made, kind of brushing off all of the burnt and like making a plate and eating it through tears.
He made this for us.
Is it good?
No.
Hey, Penelope, would you bring some of that in here with Alyndra and I and Knit?
I can prestidigitate flavor. Like you can season things, so I just make it better.
Can you flavor something not burnt?
Yeah, I was
She's
like,
just eating it. She
Yeah.
just knows it was so special.
Just powering through.
But before we go, Penelope, so apparently we're gonna go be talking to people that can like strike us down in an instant. So we're gonna follow Alyndra's lead here because Briv and I were talking about it. You know, you on occasion too. Like, we're halflings of action, both of us.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try talking before acting this time.
Okay.
But just like this once though.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah,
It's an exception to the rule.
Yeah, because like already like a lot more talking has happened since we were like, okay, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna do it, and then we're still not doing it. But that's okay. We're gonna take the food to the baby giant, and then we're gonna go and see Odin.
So, couple of questions. One, may I cast legend lore about Asgard and what we are kind of going into, especially with a focus on customs and proper etiquette around gods, because that is a thing I would focus on.
Okay.
And two, may we take a long rest because it has been a while.
Yeah, everyone can take
Please.
a long rest.
Halfway through teaching this baby giant how to knit, Orkira just falls unconscious.
So
She's like, I'll be right here.
You notice as that's happening that Briv is going to try to stay up for a good bit of this and try to squeeze in the 6 hours of sleep that has to happen when other people are awake, because he in the back of his mind knows that like if Thor and this giant get into it, that it's going to be a really, really bad thing. But then Briv actually pulls some metal out of his fingers and he starts picking up where Orkira left off, teaching to knit. Teaching knit to knit, because in the last year or so he has become pretty proficient in knitting, and so he's continuing to go, no, thou dost under here, over there, and he continues to try to teach knit how to do it.
It's very frustrating. What does it become?
It becomes whatever thou dost want. Right now it's kind of becoming just a cloth rag, but that could be good to cover your face if some type of disease or pandemic ravaged the land at any point.
tiny bush lady, do you have more food?
No.
Okay.
I can cook thee something up, though. What dost thou like?
I
White
don't know.
meat? Hast thou ever had white meat?
No.
No.
We probably have some still in the freezer.
He's made out of white
No.
meat.
No.
No. No.
What?
No. No.
Yeah, I'll have some white meat.
No.
That sounds good.
No. You no.
He just said it was good. He didn't.
I think
wouldn't
you were
lie.
all asleep.
Remember
right
how we were talking about simplicity?
now. I think that they're asleep. Is what Adam thinks.
Yeah.
And so
Mel.
I'm going to go. There probably is not white meat, and Briv was probably joking anyway. Wink. And he's gonna go find some kind of meat for Knit though, and make him something delicious. Prestidigitation not required.
Okay. Yeah, because it's artificial flavoring when it's this MSG when Freely does it. Yeah, it's terrible for you.
I mean, it's like sugar and cinnamon mixed together, honestly.
But like the fake kind, like the fake sugar. That's like
No, it's not aspartame. How dare you? No, it's the real
a cantrip.
thing.
It ain't the real thing.
Hey, unless you have reason to disbelieve it, there's no reason it wouldn't be perceived as the real thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's made with love. How dare you?
Can you deceive your
True.
intestines?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. First of all, but
Yes,
you've
you
only
can.
got to deceive your tongue. Yes.
Listen,
That's
I
where-
trust Briv.
That's where the lying begins.
He's been being at home knitting and taking care of a family. I'm not having any white meat, but if he wants to cook something, I'd eat it. Sure.
All right, what is everyone doing for their
I will
long
say,
rest?
Freely ends up sitting next to Orkira just to like make sure she's all right and doesn't need anything. And like 18 seconds after she passes out. Like, no, you get some rest. I got it. Don't worry about.
The two of us are just curled up on the hospital bed. By the time we both wake up, we're like, wrapped. I got a wing wrapped around you. I've got my arm in a sling on the side. It's like, oh, hi, wait. Oh,
Wait, is Loki here? Loki here? Oh.
I hope not.
Oh.
Oh, look, knit made booties. Wow,
And
you're really good. at
Briv
this.
basically has some fat back and some eggs like waiting on everybody, like in the tavern area where Ramble and Skinny Pete and
Opposite
really
inspiration.
trying. He's
It's
really
already more
trying.
than I remember.
some of our other compatriots are where they're supposed to stay.
It's Ramble, Bramble, the bartender tiefling. It's Gentle George, the Warforged bouncer. It's Oscar, the omnipresent, who is
I
a
believe you.
goblin who's 200 years old, and he may go at any day, any second, any round of natural causes. And Harry, the
Any
balding
6
bugbear.
second interval.
Yeah, whatever 6 second interval. Yeah.
But he will go in his rocking chair, rocking away. And you know what? That's not a bad way to go. Just like,
Yeah, that's the new racing game for the D&D team to work out video game. It's called Dead in 6 Seconds. So
I think that's the original game the D&D team created.
that would be just original D&D Redbox. Okay, so Widdle, what are you doing? Are you doing creepy stuff upside down?
Well, I was planning on eating. It smells amazing. Briv, do you have anything that's maybe slightly undercooked?
Oh, more rare. Yes.
The rarest.
Huzzah. And then basically you see that he pulls a little bit more raw fat back out and just slaps it on and then he like kind of chunks it up her direction.
No, you don't have to cook it.
He doesn't know that. It cooked for 2 seconds aside, so it's pretty rare.
Okay.
All
This
right,
looks amazing. Thank you. And she just scoops it up in her hand and runs outside because she doesn't want to gross anybody out.
What was that about?
I don't know. I was just about to ask her what we need to do in order to get Storm Herald powered up again so we can go to Asgard.
I think Thor is going to lightning strike us there.
Okay. Like us or Storm Herald?
Us, perhaps. I am not sure.
Being struck
Freely?
by lightning
Did he
does
say all of
not
us?
I mean, I
sound-
did ask. I feel like we're gonna like travel his way, and like we got to get back here. Like I'm sure they'll send us back. It's gonna be fine.
If they don't, I finally got Word of Recall cast in the
Oh.
corner.
Hey,
I would
Let's go
rather
then.
I would rather not have to use that if we don't have to. That's kind of like a fleeing thing, but it's just good to know.
I'm sure it's gonna be okay.
Everything will be fun.
Yeah, no.
Penelope, what are you doing?
Penelope was curled up on the tree in the courtyard, basking in its energy, and she smells the morning breakfast of just deliciousness. And she kind of does that cartoony thing where she like floats to the scent. And she comes in.
This is breakfast.
Hey, pull up a chair. Grab some breakfast. What do you want? You want eggs, hash browns, steak,
Yes.
potatoes, green
Yes.
beans,
Yes.
pizza?
Yes.
Who
Okay.
cooked the green beans?
That wasn't
Probably
you?
Me.
It certainly was not me.
Thanks, Alyndra.
You're welcome. Some vegetables with your breakfast.
I need a perception check from everyone.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm
It's totally
outside. Do I
fine.
have to do that?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
10.
22.
27.
21.
You never have to make a
21.
perception check. You get to.
Big ol' 7.
7 as well.
Who is over 15?
27.
Of course.
No, 22.
Have you ever seen Cowboy Bebop, Orkira?
Oh,
You
no.
as well. And it's just the very first episode when they take Red Eye. You're just like, keep your eyes open. That's just like Orkira all the time.
Yeah.
This way over caffeinated. Yeah, you see something slithers in the corner while
What
you're
was
eating
that?
breakfast.
Slithers?
Yeah, maybe it was a rat. Probably a rat.
Rats don't slither. What?
No, they didn't say that.
Can I get a little more detail on what I see?
Yeah, it's at the corner of your eye. You just kind of like, you both turn, like, you hear this.
Okay.
What's that? Did you?
Yeah, what's that? I would like to
What
look and
is-
approach.
Can I have Griff do a quick flyby and take a look?
You are in the kitchen, so you can have Griff fly around the kitchen suddenly. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. Griff
I'm
starts
just-
running, flying around the kitchen like it's just
Yep.
flapping.
Just
Like
doing
it's
doing a swoop.
Get that bird out
freely.
of here.
You take a big wing right in the face as you were like trying to like
Ow.
eat some oatmeal.
Man.
What's the perception on Griff?
Griff's perception is +3 with advantage. So Griff rolls.
And you see Penelope kind of levitate
21.
and floats, and you think you actually see the scent of the food in the air as Penelope has kind of hit this level of druid where butterflies just kind of follow her around. And sometimes you
Spider-Ham?
notice her feet don't really touch the ground at this point anymore.
I'm being lifted
She's a
by
Disney
butterflies.
princess.
She's a
Yeah.
swarmkeeper ranger suddenly.
There's a weird etherealness to Penelope Half-Pint at this point.
I mean, no one ever can see her legs really anyway.
That's
and
true.
So
Yeah, yeah,
like,
there-
maybe
been
she's
no proof of
floated all
legs.
And then
along.
Sasha-
Fred
Okay.
Flintstone bowling tippy toes.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's how I kind of imagine Penelope moving, but as a skip. You know?
Yeah.
Her feet don't touch the ground, but she still manages to skip. That's the beauty and the magic of Penelope
Yeah.
The
Half-Pint.
effectiveness of the skip. Oh my god! Actually, when I was a little kid, I thought I could skip and not touch the ground. Like in my brain, I thought that was real.
That's how you
I
begin
mean-
to fly, right?
by
Yeah.
definition, when you're skipping, you're not touching the ground. You get some elevation.
I mean,
Yeah.
you, for a brief, yeah, but I thought it was permanent.
The
Uh,
slip the surly bonds of earth. Yes.
Tiny
Yeah.
fly spell. What do I see in the corner when I approach? What does Griff see?
Yeah, Griff, you do see something that just kind of, again, this darkness just kind of right through a hole like a crack, and there are now multiple cracks in all of Storm Herald because of the reckless piloting by a halfling of action.
Incorrect. We made a point that Widdle showed me how to do it right before this last time, but okay. Okay.
There were other times.
You gotta spend some skill points.
It takes
That's
a little
not
bit of
even how
finesse,
this
buddy.
game works.
It takes a while.
You,
No judgment.
You want it West End or Vampire Masquerade style, buddy?
Have to roll a hunger frenzy check to pilot the ship.
Yeah. We're just gonna mix everything up. Like how many D6s do you have in Blaster?
That's it. Hook up my astromech droid next time. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm the worst DM ever. Okay, so yeah, you see it kind of slither into the crack and go whoop, and you just hear a
So I'm outside.
Yeah.
Where is Knit right now?
Knit is outside grabbing items and throwing them off Storm Herald. So he's just like, he finds like a vase and he's just like looks over.
I thought he was at breakfast with us. I thought that was the point of all of the bacon and eggs and.
I thought so too.
That
Also,
wasn't the
we've
point.
now figured out that Knit is a cat.
He tries to grab. He grabs Oscar. Starts walking over to the edge.
Stop, Knit. I know you're bored. You need to harness your energy, right? So, and you see Widdle split, and she casts Mislead.
Why are there?
And you kind of hear her voice echo as she says,
Did you just have a kid?
How about let's harness your energy? I'm kind of curious to see how you attack people. So how about you attack the clone of me and you put the vase down?
This vase? He's
Gently.
holding
Gently.
up the gun. Drop it.
No, stop moving. Slowly move it towards the ground.
This must be a very important face.
It is.
Puts it down.
Thank you. Okay.
Now I attack the vase.
You don't forget about the vase. So we're gonna take a rest soon, right? So let's do some target practice real quick. You got a full belly. We're gonna go to sleep soon. I'm just kind of curious how you attack things. And meanwhile, this is the double of her speaking.
Okay.
So you can just go ahead and shoot me. I'm not gonna feel anything, or however you attack things.
He just like punches right into the ground, right where your illusion is, and you feel like all of Storm Herald shake a little bit at that moment.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. What else you got?
I can drop things.
Besides that,
I don't know yet.
okay, so you punch things real hard.
Meanwhile, the oozing, and where again are you at this moment, Penelope? Yeah, as you float in, you see this black slithering ooze come out of another crack and regard you for a moment. And it almost has like a pseudopod, and then like shrinks back again.
Shrinks back where?
Shrinks back into the crack in the floor.
I become a mouse. Wild shape. I try to follow it.
Briv.
Aye.
Can I see Mjolnir just for a second?
What art thou needing?
No, I might hit something with it. I figured like we'll give it a shot. Like, I mean, I'll try it, then you can try it. I mean, we were told not to like try and like bond with it, but you know, I'd want to like hit something with Mjolnir once.
But what if the golden man-child out there sees us with it and tries to take it before we get to Odin?
Also, can you help with?
I was trying to keep it secret.
Oh no, he knows we've got it. No, it'll be fine. No, let me see it. Please.
Also,
Very well.
before you play around with the hammer,
Yeah.
Penelope's going after some ooze. Can I get some help with that? And I've lit my
that's why
hand
I
with
need
fire.
the
And
hammer. Yeah, right.
I give it to you.
I go over. Is it any way like what? Is this like a crack between panels on the floor? Is it like a damaged hole? Like What's the?
It's a big old crack, like it's an inch crack. And Penelope just went zoom right down. Penelope, your world has completely changed. Can you give me an acrobatics check of some kind or athletics as you are now bouncing around the inside of Storm Herald like you've never done before?
Oh,
There's like electricity veins moving past you as you're kind of like dodging in and out, like you're almost in the Death Star, like moving through all these little crevices and holes, chasing this weird black ooze.
It's an 18.
Okay, you're doing great. Like there are even moments where gravity reverses itself in these little pockets
What?
that you didn't even know existed because of the magical energy that's kind of going around you. You get hit and shocked a few times, and the hair on your mouse body just goes straight up and out. So you are now just kind of this roly-poly fur ball with a tail as you are chasing after this ooze. And it just kind of like turns around at you and just goes and just oozes past you again. Freely, you were taking an action with the hammer Mjolnir, so you grab
Green
Mjolnir.
flame blade Mjolnir and hit the floor with it.
No. What did you say to Alyndra? What
I
did
have
you
a
say?
very specific question for Freely. Did you pee this morning?
I mean, theoretically, I made my water when I woke up. Theoretically, yes.
Okay, yeah, you made your water. Shai
I
Halud.
appreciate that you tried to keep it PG-13. I super appreciate that. Thank
Wow.
Yeah.
Kids say
I'm like,
pee all
I'm
the
like, I'm
time.
like, I'm like, we're coming, Penelope.
Yeah, you grab the hammer, it ignites with green flame, and it just kind of vibrates and shakes you. And it is a bit like you just had a cup of coffee, and not necessarily the good way. You're just like, I
There
can't
is no
really
bad way.
maintain this.
Yes.
And you slam the
Mhm.
ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go and roll 8d6 damage plus your green flame blade.
All right, let me do it over here. Rather,
We weren't
8d6.
going to
You
stay
say?
in Storm Herald, right? We weren't going to
We
just
didn't
hang.
want
We
our
don't need a
castle.
storm hell. No,
Nope.
Nah.
we don't need one.
Our home
We've
base
only
where
had
all
it
our
for a
stuff
day or two.
is.
Might as well get rid of it.
It
I mean, we
really
got
has
that illithid
complicated
The
ship.
spell amplifying ancient magic powered ship city
Hey.
fortress.
I literally tried to leave yesterday. You left me unattended for too long.
You fell asleep next to me.
You
I didn't leave you
see.
unattended at all.
Here we go. Incoming. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. This is nothing. Low numbers, lots
Penelope,
of ones.
you run into a little mouse family that looks very kind of scared and nervous. Like,
Just 37. Just 37.
then there's just this boom and lightning like goes right through the crack through all of you for a moment. The mouse family is not dead. Okay, everyone at home, be okay. But yeah, it's as if like now it's a very bad The Rock kind of disaster movie as like parts of Storm Herald are now shifting and crashing.
Rampage.
You're going to need to assist the mouse family through the falling cracks in the zero gravity pockets at this moment.
I can do it.
Every mouse for themselves.
What do you have for persuasion or animal handling?
Oh, that's my animal handling. Oh, it's a +8.
Okay, go and roll that for me.
Okay. Oh no, I'm lucky. I got a 1.
By one,
Someone-
that means someone in
someone can-
chat gets a
Yeah.
wild
Yeah.
magic roll.
That is
But-
true.
Rerolling. It's a 16.
Okay, yeah, you wrangle the family. And suddenly all these mice and rats are like following you through these cracks as like lightning is like crashing through the corners. And all Storm Herald kind of just suddenly on the outside of all this kind of glows where all the cracks are. Just zzz. At this point, Widdle, like even lightning kind of like circulates around your red eyes, causing kind of the vampiric blood to kind of poof out, almost destroying the whites of your eyes for a half second.
You smell something burning?
Yeah, you're the one that's burning.
Uh-oh.
Like a little pocket of your shoulder just caught fire.
What's happening?
You appears that you have smoted Storm Herald freely.
Big enough. So halflings have halfling nimbleness. We can pass through small spaces. Is it big enough for me to go in after Penelope?
No, it's like an inch. She's a mouse.
You'd need to be a fairy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just smashed a hole in it. It's not big enough.
No, sorry. Like, yeah.
Oh.
You put a sizable hole in the kitchen, for sure. But no, you can't get through it. And yes,
Ah.
exactly. If you were a fairy, and you can get through 1 inch.
I probably should not just keep beating more of a hole in the floor.
Freely,
No!
freely.
No.
If
What?
thou art going to
No!
use the hammer
Doing?
again, go to another part of Storm Herald.
No!
Because the kitchen is far too important.
Widdle
It's-
wants to repair this place. Why are you
Please.
smashing a hole?
Well,
Stop
because we gotta help
cracking
Penelope.
Storm
She-
Herald.
Okay, first of all, I set it down quite gently. That's the first thing. Second of all, don't we have to help Penelope? Like, aren't you guys like missing the message here?
No, shouldn't we?
Penelope, are you all right? What's happening? We have
So help her by
We
like
do have the mental link.
smashing her with fire.
mental
That's
link.
true. Mhm.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. Everything's really weird down here, but it's really cool. And I found this family, and it's really cool, and I really helped them, and it's really, really, really great. Squeak.
What
am I?
family?
It is at this moment, Penelope, Half-Pint, that you see kind of the opening of the crack as everything's kind of crashing and falling down around you and the mouse family, and there's a single black rat with a gray streak right in the center of its head and one red glowing eye holding a sword.
Holding a sword?
It's a sword like, and you realize taking a closer look at it, it's got a little bit of a guard on it, and you think it might actually be one of those stabby things they put in sandwiches, but it is holding it and pointing at you.
Dude, they just became the rats of Nim. I'm
Penelope-
totally into this.
Penelope puts herself in front of in between them and the family, and just kind of stands up as a mouse and kind of does this.
No one leaves. This is my place. This is my castle.
Oh, okay then. That's fine. I don't want to intrude. Okay, family, we gotta go.
No one leaves.
No one leaves.
No one leaves the crack. I am king of the crack.
Ca- Congratulations, it's great. Okay, but we want to leave you in peace, but you
No.
don't want us to leave.
No. I'm in charge of all mice, all rats. I'm in charge of you.
Oh,
You new mice.
okay.
You
Well,
need to get in line.
have you seen some ooze around here?
No?
No ooze. Okay. Well, then I must be on my way because I have to find some ooze.
No, I am your king. I'm your king rat.
Okay. Like I said, congratulations, but I'm gonna go.
No.
And holds the sword at you.
How big is the space we're in?
It's very small.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to leave.
It gets an opportunity attack on you as you attempt to leave.
It's about to get a surprise, is what it's about to get.
It does 1 point of damage as it stabs you in the back.
Ow!
Ah!
A cocktail snack.
Okay. Bye bye.
Just left that family defenseless.
He says he watches over them.
So
The
do
family
Templars and
tries to
Dark
go
Sun.
with you, Penelope. You can leave the family behind. No one here in this is a safe live stream in front of the public.
We will never know.
They'll be
No-
fine. I'll come back and visit them.
Okay, yeah, you slip out the crack. You reappear actually in the kitchen. There is still like residual green flame in areas. There is a big hole now in the hallway where someone wielded Mjolnir for earnest purposes, and you realize with your mouse smell, all the food's gone.
Penelope pops back into her shrub self.
You guys, you ate all the food?
We just
What?
stepped into a Pixar film.
What's a Pixar?
It's something that I used to watch with my kids. A lot happened in that year off.
I keep wanting to ask, but every time it comes up, we're in a position where I can't ask. Penelope, we didn't eat all the food. You went down into the crack. We started looking for our news and then freely broke the floor.
Thou didst say that thou worked with a family inside the walls of Storm Herald?
And to my credit, I use literally godlike power in an attempt to come to your assistance.
Oh, thank you. I knew you
Very
always would.
sturdy.
Yeah, Freely, your eyes are still crackling with electricity.
No, I see the appeal of this thing. I really do.
Yeah. And only the red part of your highlights is like sticking up. For some reason, the green part is not.
Wait, so is there a monster down there? Are we smashing goo? What? I didn't see it. I wasn't clear on what we're after here.
I lost track of it. I don't know what happened to it. It's really weird down there. It's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey thing in there.
Should we? Where's Widdle? Widdle will know more about what's going on in the center of this place. We're supposed to get it powered up and going anyway, right?
It's at this moment, like as Penelope is describing what happened, butterflies just kind of explode around her from her back, and what looks like someone just shot a bed of roses, but butterflies just kind of circle and fly around her head at this very moment, and spring up at your feet. Everywhere you go, just butterflies are swarming around you.
I mean, it's kind of an everyday for Penelope, right?
It's an unusual amount of butterflies because Penelope, you're having to I will say that you have disadvantage on actual perception checks because you're having to scoot butterflies gently out of your way.
Briv is just going to grab a couple.
And Alyndra freezes, remembering the moths, and until she realizes for sure that they're butterflies, she's just kind of very ready to.
Yeah, there's a little bit of damage there in terms of moths and
Thou
butterflies.
art surrounded by floating free food at all times. 'Tis heaven.
This is very serendipitous. I really love this. This is great.
It suits you.
Anybody? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Freely, you want to come find Widdle with me? We can figure out what's going on with Storm Herald and
No, actually, I don't. I feel like this is expressly Loki messing with us to stop us from doing the one thing that is going to affect multiple planes of existence.
Okay.
Odin.
Well, then let's go find Widdle and let's go to Asgard and go take care of all of this. And then
Yes.
Loki will. We can take care of Storm Herald later. It'll be a later problem. Whatever
horrific mind flayer nonsense is at work here, I'm sure we'll be able to deal with it. And I do hand the hammer back to Briv before we go see Thor. I'm like, a deal's a deal. No, but if you get a chance, swing that thing, man. Whew, yeah, that is
very improperly balanced.
Yeah, but it helps you pull from the hip though. Like you don't think it looks weird, but you can get each rotation.
Very well.
Yeah.
I should try it at some point.
Okay, is everyone heading out to the courtyard?
Yep, try and shoo everybody out towards Thor.
Well,
all right.
So
go ahead.
Are we absolutely sure there's not? I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my my third eye to look out into let's go with do I want ethereal or? Let's go with invisible creatures. Do I see anything
all around you?
Mm-hmm.
How far does that extend?
10 feet within line of sight.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything invisible around you.
There are other things,
How long does this
but
one
nothing
last?
invisible.
I mean,
so much worse.
Are we taking Knit with us?
I mean, he's going to do terrible things if we leave him here, but he also might get obliterated if he goes with us, though.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll fight the goo. Maybe it'll be win-win.
Is there a place like a rope trick or something where we could have him go spend some time while we're away? Where he won't do damage to...
Does Storm Herald have a playground?
I can't remember because I might have just completely zoned out for a second. Did we get legend lore results?
No, I was about to ask about it, but I was waiting
okay.
until we got to a place to ask.
I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss that.
Yeah,
that's possible.
We kind of jumped ahead to other things before.
Okay.
You totally have time to cast legend lore.
Yeah, I did it before I went to sleep the night before.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of have the gist of the loose layout of Asgard and the proper customs. They're pretty informal, actually. Though yelling at gods tends to get you killed pretty quick, depending on the god. And they're really kind of primitive gods in the sense that, like, like offense will go pretty far. Like, I will completely have a son just to have him kill you, because that's how I roll. Just kind of stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense in the human type of way.
Well, it's cultural relativism here. It's something that works in their society. We're not ones to pass judgment on it. But adhering to their values is an important thing here. So, friends, please, whatever you do, do not yell at the gods. Do not fight with the gods. Do not battle the gods. Do not challenge the gods. Unless it is a situation where you are supposed to, where you have been told by the gods that you should be challenging the gods together. Let's be safe and say don't challenge the gods unless you receive other instructions.
What if it's Loki?
I think we'll get instruction from somebody to go after Loki.
Yes.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Okay, so we now have several layers of oversight before we fight gods. Okay, okay,
Well,
all right.
Look at it this way: the quicker we get through this, the better, right?
Yep.
We'll find Odin, make sure we're giving the hammer to the right Thor, and say bye.
Hey, the whole reason we're listening to Alyndra this time is so that we don't jump the wrong god. So yes, ready. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's roll.
Excellent.
Can I find, real quick, I just want to find the Ramble Harry and Oscar and Gentle George and see if they will babysit?
Let's see. Who do you ask? Oscar is slipping precariously, sleeping in his chair, rocking chair, right next to the edge of Storm Herald.
Okay, so I walk up, I grab the rocking chair. I would normally pick it up, but my right arm is still kind of sore and upset, so I just kind of drag it. You know how you can like grab the back of a rocking chair, just grab it backwards, drag it. So I'm gonna just drag it back with me. And I'm gonna look over at Knit, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, let me introduce you to the rest of the group," and I will introduce him to Ramble Harry and Gentle George, and be like,
As you're saying that, you see Knit with 2 knitting needles in his fist, being trained by Widdle to jump as high as they can and smash knitting needles into the double of Widdle, and just kind of looks at you like, "Oh,
I mean, that's gonna be a really good skill, but I should Widdle, we're gonna go. So I was just gonna introduce them to everybody else while we're gone."
Yeah, sure. We're gonna need some more knitting needles.
Okay.
All right. So you want me to take care of your giant baby that is sorely in need of a tan. Now, here's the thing: we've not been paid at all.
Okay.
And that man, who's got aluminum coming out of his pores, he destroyed my tavern, and now we're here. We've been here the whole time.
I know.
Not a lot of clientele, just you lot. And I saw a weird Uzi thing, and there's a rat with a sword, and now you've got a 14-foot giant who I can see his insides, and I don't like that any of this happening. So payment, and I will babysit your 14-foot needle-wielding monstrosity. No offense.
Sounds super fair. Okay, 2 things. 1, we asked you if you wanted us to drop you off somewhere, and you said, "Hey, let's start a bar." So
I've reconsidered it. Yes.
Okay, well, that's fine. We'll drop you off somewhere. For the moment, what do you want? You want gold? Do you want
gold? Yeah. That sounds good.
Okay, how much do you want?
500.
I don't have that. I have 315. I pull out 300 of my 315 gold, and I hand him 300 of my 315 gold, and it is all dragons from Waterdeep. And I hand it to him, and I'm like, I need to have some pocket change in case Asgard has like parking fees.
All right, tiny skinny baby man. We're going to let's talk about alcohol and how to mix them. That'll be a fun game for a newborn. All right, let's go. Have a good time in Asgard.
Bye.
Bye.
My needle.
Knit. I don't know if that was a good decision
Who
or a
is
bad
Needle?
decision, but that's a decision that we have just made. Let's go to Asgard, and I will go.
Thor is just flexing his biceps. All right, are we all assembled? Are you all ready to go to Asgard so I can get my hammer back that I can easily take
Have you
away
asked
from
the
you?
heroes of the
that
plains
was-
to assemble?
Yeah, that was like 12 hours longer than I expected. That was on me. I thought we were
Listen,
going to go right then.
I really appreciate being able to have a long rest. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
before then I was exhausted and like my arm, and
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So thank you.
And just to clarify, Thor Odinson, thou couldst try to retrieve thine hammer.
No, not really. I wouldn't be trying. I would
Yeah,
just,
no.
Yeah,
You've been
I
very
would just
patient.
reach
You've been
out
very
and I
patient.
would
You've
take
been
the hammer off you.
You're doing a great job, Thor.
No,
Yeah,
try.
I trust me. I'm gonna tell everybody the story about the greatness of Thor Odinson. Let's just move this along. We're ready. Can't wait. We weren't clear. Can you bring all the Storm Herald or just us?
No, I'm not going to bring all the Storm Herald. That's
I mean, but can you
there's
bring all
no-
the Storm Herald?
I could probably if I wanted to. But I'm
Oh,
not
so
going
what
to.
you say? You got
I don't
limitations.
believe
Oh,
You know what?
got
You know what?
limitations.
Stormhilder isn't flying at the moment, right? It's like crashed
It's like
into the
resting.
ice.
Yeah, it's-
Gently resting. Gently resting.
It is gently crashed into the ice.
like
All
a
right.
crash, yeah, like a crashed F-16. It's
Yeah.
gently resting in the ice.
Thor, I totally believe that you could, but at the moment, Storm Herald can't fly, so it's probably best that we leave it here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Just us.
I mean,
All
the
right.
6 of us, though.
But a true God would take
We're
all.
going to
shit
Asgard. And he like snaps his fingers and just a burst of explosion of like rainbow light surrounds all of you.
Ooh,
And
pretty.
you see a very familiar burning symbol in the ground all around you of an Ouroboros eating its own tail for a moment. And you are just spinning through a tunnel at this moment. And it's all of Storm Herald spinning through the tunnel. He said I couldn't do it, so I just thought I would go ahead and show that I could do it. Not that I
Great.
needed to show him that I could do it,
Excellent.
but I've done it.
I'm glad to
So-
know
That
Yeah.
might be a decent God.
Glad to know that just doesn't work on me.
So it's going to take a while. We're going to be in this little, we call it the Rainbow Bridge, and
Oh.
that takes us to Asgard.
That's
So,
aptly named.
yes.
Okay, it's very pretty. How long is it going to take?
Another 1, 2. I always get this wrong.
I just reach out and hold Penelope's hand before we like crash and all die.
Yeah. Boom. You slam down onto a very hard rock surface of Asgard, and all of Storm Herald is right side up for now, and then starts leaning to the left. Just. And
All right, everybody,
it
Star
just-
Trek this. Come on.
And then it
All
just
right,
kind of
everybody run to the opposite side.
I don't know which direction to go.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah, I'm just
ding,
gonna-
ding, 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 ding,
I
ding,
am
ding,
so
ding, 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 ding,
confused.
ding, ding, and seems to rest. And then while the towers,
Jen going
I'm
old
done.
school.
I really don't know what you've
Alyndra
got
gets
against this
a
ship.
Alyndra gets an
Television
inspiration,
for a living.
and then one of the towers of Storm Herald just falls off the side of the entire castle onto the ground below.
I don't know what you got against this ship that you gave us. You just through hell. This poor thing.
I grew up around beaters. I like. No one
I know-
star worked.
I
Gives
know
a
that feel.
character.
I know that feel. Yep.
One of these days, we're gonna blow this up, and it's gonna be glorious.
No.
Mhm.
One of these days, we are not going to blow this thing up.
I mean, whether we want to or not, one of these
What
days. we're gonna
about
blow it up.
us makes thee think that we will not blow this up one day?
Because it's mine, and I worked very hard to build it.
We
I
can
Also-
know
rebuild
it was
it,
built like
probably.
thousands of years ago. Like we figured that out. No, and
Well,
it will
no,
die
the
gloriously.
core of it was, but it. I mean,
Thor,
Yes,
which
how
way
did
to
that
your
work?
dad?
Yeah, which way to Odin?
Would you like me to blow up Storm Herald? I guess.
No, thank you.
No, thank
Don't
you.
do that.
not
Okay.
right
no,
now.
just
No,
Just
thank you.
saying. Well, you
Which
didn't
way
think
to
I could
Odin?
teleport it here, so I could totally do that.
Which way to Odin?
Oh, this way.
Hmm.
Just grab my hand.
Oh, that's a little forward. That's a little fresh. And I do hand him my mechanical hand that is then the other one's holding Penelope's.
All right,
hand.
everyone link up hands.
Yeah.
So everyone
I make
linking
sure
up
that I
hands.
link up with Penelope.
Okay. What about your little vampire friends? Everyone holding hands now? Everyone good? Oh, that's
Yes.
okay.
Oh, watch that.
Okay.
It's still a little sore. Ow.
Try not to get sick on anyone below us. And he just flies. And you all fly with him. And you move so fast. It's like 1,000 feet per second as you are just barreling through the city of Asgard. Just the golden city. You see flying skiffs all around you.
Oh, this is lovely.
You see ravens flying around and
I
griffins.
make the goofy sound.
All you see several soldiers down below practice fighting. You see villagers in a marketplace. You see all of this life from all over the multiverse, all in Asgard. And then there's this tier after tier after tier, all the way building up to the very top of what looks like this golden palace at the very top of all of this. And the city almost seems to never end around you. But then in the distance, you can see mountain ranges and a rainbow. And it's just surreal. And you can feel an energy coming from the entire place. It's both soothing and exciting at the same time. But you feel very safe. And you land on the outside of one of the tiers of this golden palace, like an outcropping. And when you land, it is absolutely gold.
That was fun. Thank you.
Oh, I feel a little underdressed for this.
I had mine mouth open.
No.
Stated afterwards to clean up the gold.
Is there a reflex at this point that it's green flame or green associated?
There's definitely still green in it. Yeah, but I do press to digitate it afterwards. Like, sorry.
Too much fat back.
It happens often. Most people aren't used to, most people can't fly as fast as I can.
I mean, we have like 4 people in our party that can fly. So
yeah, but not as fast as me.
Thor, that was lovely. Thank you. Should we see your dad now?
Before we do, I would like to cast True Seeing, or at least when I know that we're within an hour of that meeting. Yes. So
Okay,
like
go meet my
that
dad. Well,
all right. So, with meeting your father, the conversation is just to explain what happened. Is this correct?
Yeah, I would
make
probably,
sure that this is the right Thor.
Explain it carefully, but I am also a bit upset because I'm going to be in a little bit of trouble because the fact that I let his mortals steal my hammer again is just not a good look for me.
No, we're like multi-planar renowned heroes. Like, there's no shame at all in losing to us, Thor. Like, don't worry about that. We're just making sure that this is the right guy, though, Alyndra, and that all of this is where.
So I'm looking at him, and with True Seeing, which is different than the see invisibility stuff, he is looking like Thor. There are no.
Oh yeah, he's
at
super
play.
Thor. No.
Excellent.
No.
Super Thor.
He's
super
definitely
Thor.
Thor.
He's super
I'm sorry. I only wanted OG Thor. I don't know if we want Super Thor.
He senses that you're doing true.
Thor.
He senses that you're doing true sight, and he kind of like sucks in his gut a little bit, and like you kind of sense that he kind of like flexes a little bit.
It's not X-ray.
I just kind of give him the nod.
He doesn't know that.
I've been tricked by golden-haired, handsome men before.
Alyndra has a bad history.
It's just the one.
You hear a
Right.
clang,
So
clang,
the
clang.
conversation is specifically, just to clarify with everyone, the conversation is to explain what happened, to make sure Thor doesn't get in trouble, to make sure Loki has consequences. Yes. And then
we give the hammer and we say thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. While we're in there, maybe we talk about that other mess with the multiverse or whatever, but I'm really just more interested in making sure the right Thor gets
I
the right
think
Mjolnir.
Odin is the king of the Norns, and so we should have Odin punish the Norns.
Interesting thought.
I thought so.
Yeah.
No one ever gives me credit.
However, they do seem to be managing all of the strands of fate, so perhaps we could get some clarification from Odin?
Or get him to punish them.
Yeah. One way or another, as long as Thor is set straight, I feel like it's going to be a win in my book.
The Norn are maintaining balance, though, so what they're doing is not necessarily... Well, I don't
We
like
just
this.
disappeared a giant ancient dragon that was Orkira in another life that was protecting an entire world because the Norns
That
asked
shouldn't
us
have
to.
existed in the first place, right?
But it did exist. And so
True.
if something comes into existence, even
Fair.
though it wasn't supposed to exist in the first place, does that mean that we just discard it like refuse?
I 100% agree with Briv. Also, who are we to judge what's not supposed to be in existence?
True.
I think the Norns are supposed to, but I think they got it wrong. And that's why King Odin should punish them.
Let's
I think
talk
we're
to
losing the
Odin
thread here. Yeah.
and see what Odin thinks. So here we go. Yes.
Alyndra, I'll follow your lead.
So observing all necessary etiquette, and responsible behavior in a courtly manner, we'll head in.
I do my very uncultured and provincial attempt at duplicating. I'm like, oh yes, fancy, upright, yep. Sucking the gut, chest out, yes.
And I can over the mental link, over the telepathic bond, I can try and talk people through the process so it's not quite so scary. I'll be with a little earwig in their ear, giving them information.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a performance check there, Freely, and give me a history check with advantage. I know it's kind of weird, but it should be applicable to this.
For me?
Me?
Yeah.
Who's the history?
Alyndra. History is for Alyndra. You is performance.
Performance is dirty 20. It's
Okay.
charisma based. Hey.
I have a 27 in history.
Okay. Yeah, you come in the way you want to come in. Like, it may not be the way. Yeah. There may be a bizarre grace.
Really, you're so dashing.
Oh, thank you. You know, we are among royalty. You know, I just want to make you proud.
I'm startled. Well done, you.
All right, everyone, you walk in, and Alyndra takes lead, and you see this massive golden room. There are several soldiers everywhere, and on the top of a throne, you see a man with a helmet with horns and a singular golden eye patch and a long, bushy white beard.
All right, so through true seeing, this still appears to be...
Yeah, it's blindingly so. Like, it hurts your eyes.
I believe that is Odin.
I believe you're correct.
It looks so cool.
I believe you are, Briv Steelmarrow.
Is that Odin talking?
Yeah.
Yes, my liege. And Briv tries to bow like he saw Freely do just a second ago.
And you are Penelope?
Yes.
And she curtsies her shrub.
It's slightly stouter shrub.
Ildrex.
Orkira, yeah, hi.
Freely.
He knows my name. Yes, yes. At your service.
Widdle.
Oh, sorry. She's been
Of Gnomish
bowing.
City,
She's been bowing.
7,271,938.
You know
She has
it.
last name too.
Widdle has been bowing to every guard that she passes because she heard that it's impolite to turn her back towards them. So it's just been an exhaustive sequence of her bowing and backing away and bowing, backing away, bowing and backing away. And then she sees Odin. Yes, sir. She takes her goggles off.
And Alyndra Sarrbarand, daughter of Oblivion.
Yes, indeed.
I thought she was daughter of Avon.
Why are you here?
To make things right.
What needed exactly to be made right?
There was a misunderstanding, and we are here to take responsibility for a mistake that was made, to do what we can to correct it, and to give you the information that we have about how it occurred.
And despite the fact that I am immortal functionally, it doesn't mean my patience is. What are you here?
Briv takes Mjolnir out of the bag of holding at this point. Just kind of.
We were tricked.
You are lucky you are my son. If you leave your toys about so often. So my assumption is that my other son has tricked you into some scheme to steal the hammer from Thor. Definitely not God of Hammers.
Was our understanding, yes.
You are absolved of any punishments that you might expect. This is not your fault.
Oh, thanks, my lord.
You were faced with a trickster god and cannot be held accountable for all the actions therein.
Loki made me do it.
Yes, I hear that often.
I'm gonna hit my divine sense. Undead Celestials, Fair Fiends.
You know, we talked about how you made water.
You're most
super.
The real thing I'm looking for, I realize this might snap my head back, but that I'm detecting Odin and Thor, that there are two people in this room. Because this is a trick or an illusion. Yeah.
So there's a lot of it in this room, actually.
This sure feels like the place, Briv. Feels like the place.
Should we return the hammer to the All-Father or to
give it back to my son.
delinquent son?
Mm.
And so I take it and I throw it far harder than I probably should in Thor's direction.
Yeah, it's a hard throw. You know, it's more like a shot put kind of thing. It's not as graceful as you would like it to be, but just go ka-dunk. I am sorry for any trouble that you had. Loki, I love him dearly, and he means well. But sometimes he gets carried away with his schemes.
He has a room of cloned giant creatures that were attacking us in an ancient mytholar, and there are some other concerns as well. A number of issues happening. The Norn sending us on tasks.
You have the Norn sending on you on tasks?
Yes,
and they should be punished.
What exactly did the Norns have you do?
They told us that there were a number of fractured realities and that we needed to reunify those realities with each other by finding versions of ourselves therein and sending them back.
I do not agree with the Norns.
Me neither.
Huzzah.
Forgive the irony of my statement, but they are hammer and all they see are nails. So any fractures, the timeline they think is their responsibility to fix. I am not their king. They have existed, they have always existed. They sculpt the very fate of every living entity in the multiverse. I have no authority over them. That said, I'm willing to help you if you need to subvert them, because if you have already assisted them in any of these deeds, and if I think they've done what I think they've done, they plan to erase those timelines and everyone in them. And people are people.
What?
The Norns want perfection. They want a single branch. They don't want... If they had their way, Idrisil itself would be a single branch raising up into the multiverse without leaves, just a hard wooden pole with no flaws.
Odin, I have a question for thee. Hast
Yes.
thou ever eaten barbecue chicken?
No.
I believe that if thou didst try to eat barbecue chicken, that thou wouldst see that when thou didst get barbecue sauce all over thine white beard, probably all over thine cheeks, possibly up toward thine eye sockets, definitely down thine vestments in the front, that thou wouldst, at the end of this event, perhaps think, or the Norns would at least, that this was not perfection. But if it is good barbecue chicken, thou wouldst see that the mess is what makes it beautiful. The mess is what makes it delicious. And I would pose that this is perfection.
You're very
That was
wise, Briv
beautiful,
Steelmarrow.
man.
Strange point, but you
Wow.
got there eventually, and that's wonderful.
Hey,
Yes,
Todd.
it was a long journey. What? Yes.
As Odin says this, Orkira takes a quick glance around. Widdle had made teeth out of all of the werebats and gave necklaces to a bunch of people.
Yep.
Do I see any of those?
They seem like they're fading.
Orkira?
I asked the Phoenix the wrong question.
What
I
should
was-
you have asked?
I was so concerned about, I was so egotistically concerned about what had happened to the other me. I didn't think about what was going to happen to everybody else.
Orkira Ildrex, you cannot be held responsible. You should not be dealing with entities like this.
Well, now we are.
And that is what makes a hero. You do the right thing to the best of your knowledge. And then if you do the wrong thing, you admit it and you try to repair it. But the guilt is not on you.
Alyndra, do you still have those bracelets?
Yes.
Did we ever figure out what exactly they do?
I mean,
Odin
you
sees them.
cast-
The Norns, those are just armbands, and they can be used for many purposes, but they are used to imprison. And eventually absorb. Like pruning a tree. They've been trying to repair the timeline from... You're not the first ones to cast wish spells or go back in time or try to save your friends. They've hunted some of your friends in the past for doing all of these things. For trying to change the timeline. Again, Orkira Ildrex, you cannot feel guilty for this. Or any of you. You're only doing your best. That's all anyone can do.
Is there anything we can do to save that timeline and those people?
I cannot interfere, but I can help. I believe you call it a breakout? A jailbreak. Yes, I think it's called a jailbreak. You'll have to find someone very tricksy who is to get them. I can't just gain access to the world of the Norns, but perhaps you can make the Norns come for you.
Have you met my father?
I was thinking Loki, but Averin would probably answer our call sooner. Yeah, because Loki owes us one, clearly.
I don't know if Averin will. Considering the last time I talked to him, that seemed pretty final. At least he thought so anyway. I don't know if we need anyone that we can't trust. And Orkira will look at those bracelets again and say, I think we know how to get where we need to go.
What if they don't come off? What if
Yeah,
they
and
start to fade away?
Yeah, and once we're inside, there's no guarantee we can get loose. I mean, don't forget, Dragon You was a great worm, and if she's stuck inside...
She might not think that she can leave. She may think that she needs to stay there in order to keep her people safe. Also, it's not lost on me that we're jailbreaking me again. But yeah,
Always happens.
That's we can come up with a plan, but
ultimately, if they need us to set things right, we always have our bargaining chip.
Just so everyone in the room is clear on what that means, that would mean bargaining. What is the bargaining chip? Just where everyone is clear.
I love you, Briv.
Yeah, I want to make sure that you understand what I understand too. Yes.
If they need us alive in order to achieve their goals,
I can kill all of thee.
or we could at least just not do what they're asking us to do. I don't understand why.
That's where the hope is we start.
Yeah. I wasn't. We don't have to immediately talk about murder. Let's start with just not doing the thing anymore and go from there.
But to be clear, like, we're just letting Loki off the hook for this. I mean, I know you said you're your son and you love him, and I guess Thor's kind of laughing it off too. So we're just tying off on the Loki thing. Is that what I'm hearing?
I will deal with Loki.
Yeah, because again, Frost Giant Army on the prime material there. So maybe.
I will deal with the situation with Loki. He, again, does mean well, and he does get carried away and loses sight of things.
I have no idea what that's like.
But you may find, I would not recommend putting on the bracers themselves. You will find yourselves imprisoned and powerless. I can send you forward in time. I can send you back in time.
What?
Back in time would get us there.
I don't.
Retain our...
Canst thou
looks
send
really
us forward in time and then backwards in time?
Isn't that what
Because
got
there's
us
some
into this
horse
mess?
races back home in the wilderness that...
Yeah.
Freely, I am Odin, and Asgard has been destroyed 1,000 times over and over again. A thing called Ragnarok is an endless cycle. The rest of the multiverse isn't necessarily aware of that cycle, but this has all happened before in different variations. For me to send you forward in time or backwards in time is effort, but not beyond my power.
So, a question. If the Norn have always existed,
They have.
what happens if their plans fail? Or should they cease to exist?
There are many theories as to why the Norns are this way. One is that they're only trying to preserve their existence in the timeline both forwards and backwards. If you alter time, sometimes you will alter the very source of time itself. So if you change one thing, say, your friend here, the Dragonborn, and she is a full-blooded dragon, then events in the past will also change to be able to make that eventuality take root. Does that make sense?
Reality shifts to compensate and equalize around the changed time event.
Your friend Orkira was the singularity in this particular situation.
Correct.
So to reach an area where she is a dragon, both the past and the future had to be changed.
Correct. To reconcile, to equalize.
Exactly. So I suspect that the Norns are desperate to maintain a timeline that benefits maybe themselves or what they think is right. They're extremely lawful in nature, but lawfulness is not always correct.
I knew I should have
they're
set off a larger
lawful-
fireball.
What are their... What sort of laws are they adhering to? What code are they adhering to? What system of governance? Because it would seem to me that if they're trying to equalize things, then they would be a neutrality without judgment.
They only want one timeline, and the timeline of their choosing. So anyone who interferes with that, they go after.
They chose
Understood.
our timeline?
Because we flagship. So, Penelope, imagine one stream,
Okay.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, which was a point of our decision making, when all of our wishes happened, imagine that stream forks and becomes several smaller streams.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Each of those is now one of the timelines that's in existence. One is the reality we were in with the giant dragon Orkira.
Yeah.
Another is one where Briv is... I don't know. Briv is a marionette?
I love you all. We are the
Essentially-
worst group at charades.
Or the best. Or
the
amazing.
best. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
Depends on your perspective.
We're having fun, and so thus we're the best.
Truth. We are winning at Dungeons and Dragons. So you now have the various branches of the stream. Imagine taking a boulder and blocking off the stream. That's what the Norn want. They want to reroute back into a single stream of time.
And the others die out.
They want to come and block off those as well until there's only one stream left.
Okay. That sounds
But
bad.
think of what they crush under the boulder.
Yeah.
Does that make it clearer?
Yes, it does. Thank
And
you.
am I correct in all of this? No one?
You're asking me?
It sounded eloquent.
I mean, I have a follow-up question for the Allfather. I'm super down to go to war with an ancient and eternal force of order without compassion. That's good. Real quick though, maybe giant invasion from Loki's mountain, possibly Mind Flayer invasion across the plains that may be affecting our ship Storm Herald, possibly the Norns trying to mess with all the time, but apparently they can't do it themselves or they wouldn't have come to us in the first place. Just trying to get an idea where the Allfather is seeing the flow of fate between those three things. Which one we should go after first?
The Mind Flayers escaped Blutzber.
I've heard of that place.
You would have. I'm not concerned about the Frost Giants. I will send some of my soldiers to deal with that situation in the Netherese. There's a place I can send you. A place that I swore to keep secret from everyone, including my own son.
Earmuffs, Thor. Earmuffs.
Is Thor even still here, or did he take his hammer and go?
Yeah, he's got his hammer, but he's just kind of like sitting on top of like a golden bench, just kind of swinging his giant meaty thighs.
Meaty thighs. And we're back to chicken.
Yeah.
You
Barbecue.
heard
He's
it
like-
here first.
He's like
kids.
oiling them a little bit.
Thor has
Oh, no,
no. Oh no.
Yeah, he's just like, yep, I skipped leg day again. Oh, that's not a leg, that's my arm.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes.
Thank you, Alyndra.
Freely immediately like goes into the dance because she starts.
Well done, Freely.
Right.
Well done.
Orkira
It's a
tries to
command
join, but
phrase,
her,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to honor the ancient traditions. Yes, Odin, just send us wherever we got to go. We'll do our thing.
So, can you tell us if you're going to send us somewhere? Can you give us any information about where we're headed?
Oh, I did
Before
say
we
we'd
head
talk and
there.
listen first, didn't we? Yeah, okay. Yes, that. What Alyndra says.
Remember our agreement.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I just go, I walk over to Briv and I'm like, yeah, but it doesn't matter though. Wherever he wants to go, we're going to go. But okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
listen,
I mean,
yeah.
You and I will say yes.
I mean, yeah, we're just going to do it. But yeah.
We'll
Okay.
take Penelope too.
Yeah. But we'll be
I don't
quiet.
know that we will
You do
meet
know you're
a-
speaking out loud.
I don't know that we're going to meet again, but I do want you to know, Freely, you are extremely brave, and you have much more in your future than you suspect. Penelope Half-Pint, you are perhaps the bravest of all of them, and the kindest. And one day, you will become something elemental. Orkira Ildrex, you fear for your friends, and that is your strength, not your weakness. Briv Steelmarrow, you are smarter than you pretend, and perhaps less smart than you began. Widdle, stop setting things on fire.
Oh, sorry.
You will meet Strahd again. Probably sooner than you would like, and you'll be reunited with your friend.
Oh,
Alyndra,
thank you.
you've been told everything that you need to know to be more accommodating.
Understood.
Remember Orkira's memories. When you go, you're not going to have a lot of time.
can you be more clear about which memory and how much time? Because the last time that someone tried to give me one of these messages, I just thought we were having a nice chat.
Can gods just say what they mean in plain speech? Does it have to be so riddle ridden?
Because even gods are watched.
Like, are they watching right now?
They are.
I mean, this isn't going to be a surprise to the Norn. I tried to set them on fire, so they're really not going to be that surprised.
Orkira, remember the circle. I'm going to send you to a place. You're going to have about 10 minutes. Understand? You either grab someone who looks suspicious, and you'll know them when you see them, or you have to finish the circle. Are you ready?
No.
Do it.
Well, no one ever is.
Be
Yeah,
a halfling
let's
of
go.
action.
Yes.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, chest bump. Bring it in, Penelope. Ah. Okay. Yeah, let's roll.
I am prepared to cast Tiny Hut as soon as we land.
One last thing,
to
Alyndra.
start.
I tremble more for Meagan. And you guys just everything goes dark for a minute. And you find yourself in a dusty city street. White spires, white marble all around you in the middle of a marketplace. Just hustle and bustle. You don't recognize the clothing, you don't recognize the customs even. But you hear people speaking common. It is an incredibly affluent city. And you are in broad daylight. It is extremely sunny. It's like 80 degrees outside. And you are outside of a gladiator pit where you hear the screaming and roar of a crowd. And you see a temple high up above the city, also made of white marble.
Who's the temple to?
Well, you would know this. It's the Temple of the Paladine.
Oh, I hide my book.
Are we back in Rexentrum?
No.
That's what I was.
Oh, good. Hated
Give me
that
history
place.
checks for those. Orkira can give me a history check, and Alyndra can give me a history check.
Oh, jeez.
I rolled before you said that.
31.
Oh, well, I didn't do that well. Never mind.
I got an 8, even though I lived here for 6 years. 6 years, and yet still I'm like, I'm just gonna hide my book and be like, oh, this is bad.
If somebody blindfolded me and dropped me on the other side of my very small city, I would not have a clue
like
where I was.
you know,
So
even
that makes sense.
people get lost in Spokane all the time. Take that what you will. Yeah, so you immediately recognize the city in historical like manuscripts and everything else. This is Ishtar on the world of Kryn. Ishtar was completely and utterly destroyed by the gods. And you see people taking bets on rats fighting each other in a pit. And you see the date. And it's the date that Ishtar is destroyed.
Naturally. Why would we show it any other time?
I look up. Do I see it?
You see a slight, faint, and only you, a faint red light parting through the blue. And you hear some male voice from the great white temple calling out to the gods using thaumaturgy. And freely, all of the hairs on your arm and back stand up. And Penelope, you notice that all the birds are gone. You don't hear the sound of animals other than the caged rats. There are no animals in the city. They've all bolted. No insects, no bugs, nothing.
This place is gonna become a crater. We can't save the city. I know, I was already here.
What?
Then why aren't we here?
What can we save? He said grab someone. 10 minutes to grab someone.
He
Who?
said Kretchmer is suspicious, right?
I hate this so much. Do I see the tower that I remember going to, and do I see the house that I remember Avron being in?
You see a tower like it, but it is not the same tower at all. The place that you had previously been was Palanthus. But there is a tower of high sorcery here.
Okay. We can try to go there. But that's Takesis, and that's going to be a whole bunch of really bad things.
I grab Orkira by the face and I look at her and I say, we have exactly one shot at this. Can you ask the Phoenix?
Yes or no questions, but yeah.
This would probably be the time.
Okay, what question should I ask?
Are we here to find Avron?
No, Avron's in a different city. I thought this was a different city. I wasn't here. I was wrong. But it's about to get destroyed.
I am going to cast our tiny hut. Not the tiny hut. I'm casting Alyndra's accommodating abode because I know we don't have time. And we were told that the person we were going to need to grab will be there, right?
Yeah.
Do we see anybody?
You were told what you were told.
Within 10 minutes of wherever we're supposed to arrive. Do I remember who's in the Tower of High Sorcery in Palanthus?
In Ishtar?
Or in Ishtar, sorry.
Yeah, you don't know anything about this particular in Ishtar, this particular Temple of High Sorcery. You hear us for the first moment in your entire life of worshiping the Phoenix, you hear a scream in your ears from the Phoenix.
Oh, I cast I grab my book. I start to pray. What's wrong?
You have to leave. They all decided to destroy the city.
We're supposed to grab someone though, and we got no information like usual.
The gods got together and decided to destroy an entire city. All
I know.
of them.
I know. I remember hearing about this. Who am I supposed to grab before we go?
What are you doing here?
That's a really long story. I was going to tell you tonight when I got to bed. I'm really sorry. There's someone we're supposed to grab in the next 10 minutes, and then we're going to go.
All right,
Probably more like
at this point
7
in
minutes,
time-
30 seconds.
At this point in time, Alyndra, are you casting accommodating a boat? All right,
Yes,
I
I
am literally going out in the street and grabbing as many people as can safely fit in there and still breathe.
Wait,
It's not going to be able to hold that many.
does that stop
Okay,
time?
how many
or
I can
is
get?
this gods?
So it can
Briv,
hold.
you have a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
I have a dirty 20 on my perception.
Ooh,
Actually,
that
21.
is
Sorry.
a 20 on the die, so that's a 22.
Hey.
Hey, someone get some chaos.
Just so we
is
need
a-
more
this is a great
chaos
time
right
for
now.
chaos. Yeah.
We'll get chaos for next time.
9 creatures.
Right as you are
So
doing
it's-
that, you see someone, you see like a little kid and their mom playing with like a little marionette puppet. And 2 people out of the shadows grab both of them and suck them into darkness.
Like natural darkness or like
No.
just gone?
No. Yeah, exactly. They just disappear.
Oh, crap. Is the marionette still there?
Yeah, the marionettes fall.
Do we really have to say Jester Joe?
And then no.
No.
And then you start looking around and you see other people being grabbed.
Okay, I'm going to try to grab as. So she said 9 people, and we have
So
6. So I'm
9
going to try to
creatures.
find.
So that's going to be us, and then
We are not staying here. We can't save everybody. There's just somebody we're supposed to grab, and then we have to leave this city.
If I can only save one, then we shall save one. And Briv is going to find somebody. He is going to be pre-inclined to find a child if he can.
Yeah, you find a child. You find a child, a man.
I get as
and
many
his,
children
and his wife.
as
You
I
start
can.
grabbing children. Yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean,
I mean, their parents
you
can
start-
come too.
Yeah. You start gathering. You bring in parents. You bring in as many as you can into the accommodating abode.
Orkira's
I don't know how we're
memories.
getting out of
Orkira,
here,
what
so-
what else was in your memories?
Odin mentioned something about the circle when I was talking to Averin when he gave me the message that I did a really bad job of conveying. We were in the center of a circle of lava that just
was-
kept flowing.
It was be more accommodating, but there was more to it. What else was in there?
Orkira's having
I'm
a
trying
hard
to find it
time
in my notes.
thinking at the moment as she's got her god screaming at her to leave, and that is
Orkira, how many people can we recall to Storm Herald?
Oh,
not enough.
Teleported
what do we
her.
call?
They teleported you. Circle of lava with the runes. Okay, so what were the runes that were around there?
Around the circle of lava.
Yes.
Would I remember that?
You
I
don't remember
would-
any runes.
I don't remember any runes.
Oh,
and
okay.
Briv, it's us. I can take me and 5
Life
other
is-
people. That's it.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Life is a journey, my friend. It's sacred. Be a shield from others from the storm.
The oncoming storm. Oncoming
Uh,
was in there. Life is a journey, my friend. Be a shield for others from the oncoming storm.
Okay.
You now see a mountain falling out of the sky, and,
And then
everyone
life
in
is
the
a
city
journey,
is
my
screaming.
friend. It is sacred. Be a shield for others from the storm.
yeah. It's at the end to
I-
go. To remind you to be more accommodating. Tell everyone I love them and goodbye. Don't worry,
teleportation
there
circle
is
plus-
another.
Teleportation circle plus oh gosh, I'm seeing it in one place and it's not coming up on my thing.
I hit
Teleportation plus the circle plus the runes. Can I cast a teleportation circle?
Yes.
if it's less than 10 minutes. I hit
Let's do it.
thaumaturgy and I yell, "Your prayers are answered. We're here to rescue you," and just see who comes.
Yeah, and I'm just like dashing as much as I can and like literally taking people. I don't care if I hurt them too much right here, and I'm like throwing them toward wherever this circle is.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an athletics check. Freely, yeah, you start hearing the panic as the entire crowd of people start all screaming and yelling as they see this fiery thing come down. And there are several clerics around you, Orkira, and you hear them pray, and there is this absence, this purposeful absence. All
Okay.
Three on the athletics
clerics
check.
have been cut off from divine magic.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this is what happens. The gods send me where I'm supposed to be. This time a god literally sent me where I'm supposed to be. Like, who are we here for?
Freely, I hate to tell you, there are no more gods here.
Odin sent us here to grab someone.
I'm trying to grab so many people that I might be right just randomly. And so I'm just like, and I got a 23 on the athletics check.
Yeah, you're tossing people. A little tiny goblin child comes up to you, Freely.
Yeah?
Do you have a coin?
I don't know that a coin's going to help you out of this, kid, but
I don't
do
have
just-
any family, and I would like some food.
Hey, right in there. We'll get you everything you need. Squeeze in. It's going to be tight. And I point to the accommodating abode.
Thank you. Let's
Yeah,
go
yeah,
from
yeah.
there. Okay.
And I hand the kid a ration while they go in. I'm like,
Alright.
it can't be long now.
I'm gonna fly up and take a look around to see if I see anything that reminds me of the vision that I had with when I was dead. See if I see anything that reminds me of when I was in Palanthus that would help. Just anything. Anything from like what Alyndra is talking about.
You fly up and you see a bank being robbed of everything. Not like looting, though. Like really carefully looting all the gold out of the bank, all the platinum and iron is being taken out of the bank at this moment in huge, massive crates, and they're moving through some type of teleportation shadow. And you see people all over the alleyways, all over the city, disappearing as they get grabbed by these figures with black masks and cloaks.
One of those black masks and cloaked figures. They need to. Hold on. I've got hold person. I'm gonna hold person on them.
All right, give me the saving throw. Alyndra, you pop off teleportation circle.
They need to make a wisdom saving throw DC 18. Just the
What-
first person I see.
Widdle, what are you doing?
I'm collecting as many rats as I can.
Yeah, this guy apparently shoves someone through this shadowy darkness, and then you paralyze them. They just freeze, and the portal disappears.
Okay, I'm gonna fly down and grab them, and while they're held and can't do anything about it, I'm gonna bring them on back to my friends, and put them down, and say, "This is one of the people that's been taking people through portals."
They're still frozen?
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah.
So hold person, I think, lasts for a minute. I'm waiting for.
I reach up and take the mask off their face.
They're paralyzed for the duration, which is up to 1 minute. So they can, yeah.
Yep, I'll take the mask off their face.
You peel the mask off their face, and they just have steely blue eyes. You've never seen their face before, and they're like, "I'm willing to die for my faith. Are you?"
What's your faith? What's going on? Do I?
He just dead eyes you.
I'm gonna search him for some kind of object or something that'll let us open up one of those teleportation things.
You find his pockets stuffed with platinum, with jewelry, with a child's doll, and some ornaments that have zero value as well. It's very confusing what he's grabbed. He's got a bag of holding, and he has an Avon coin.
I grab the Avon coin. I hold it in his face. Is this who you're praying to?
No one prays to him.
And why you got his coin?
Alyndra, you get the teleportation circle up. How do you cast it?
As described in Orkira's memories, the way Averin. So it's the. Oh gosh. God, it's the. I mean, it's chalks. So I draw the runes on the ground that I need to cast it, and I take the gems that are necessary for it. So probably some diamonds, because that's what we have, and unfortunately we don't have much choice right now. There's fire though in Orkira's vision. There's lava. Is there a way we can set something on fire? No, but we were told not to set things on fire.
Widdle was told not to set things on fire.
The mountain is coming down.
Do you need fire?
And it is actually striking the temple at this moment, and you see like this barreling column, this blast wave of smoke moving towards and through the alleyway.
Time to go.
Life is a journey, my friend. It's sacred. Be a shield for others from the storm. We take them in. I mean, we have him here. Is it?
If you've got the
as all this chaos is happening, Briv walks in front of everybody and spreads out as much metal as he can.
This is the magic that is used. I mean, the teleportation circle only links to 2 places in the material plane. So it either, I guess we're going to the elemental plane of fire. We have to go to the elemental plane of fire. Okay.
Go into the circle.
The elemental plane of fire.
Yeah.
I shoved the guy.
I told you, Penelope, elemental.
What, very specifically, do you alter the teleportation circle in any way?
Would she know to? Would I know to? Can I do a check to figure out what's going on?
Can you add an Ouroboros to your runes?
Like if I look at what she's put down and think about what I saw when I was dead, is it missing anything?
You see the teleportation circle.
I don't know what I'm missing here.
Yeah.
Jen as a person doesn't know.
Totally. You're totally okay. Yeah, the blast wave is coming in, and you see Alyndra is writing several runes at this moment, and the teleportation circle does not seem complete. Go and roll Arcana or History.
I know we have to close the circle. Okay.
If everyone's in the circle while she's doing
it, a 22.
Yeah, you realize that there are little pockets in your teleportation circle where there's a rune that you would normally put in. These little runes aren't of a place that you've ever been to or have even ever heard of. It's not the elemental plane of fire. It's somewhere maybe on the prime material plane, but you've never even heard of this location.
Briv is saying, "Get behind me, kids!" And like I said,
you have like an entire school of children just like piled up on top of each other at this moment as the blast wave is coming through. What are you doing, Penelope?
Penelope throws up a wall of stone as she's singing to calm down the kids. Just an old halfling like song of joy and it'll all be okay, everyone. It'll all be okay. I'm just trying to calm.
I'm going to activate an Explosion of Life and give everybody fire resistance and 8 temporary hit points. That's within 30 feet of me, which will be like everybody, because I can't think of anything else. And
tell me about Explosion of Life.
Oh.
It's one of my channel divinities. So I'll reach in with my left arm because my right arm is still hurt and hold up my holy symbol. And 30 feet from me, there's an explosion of bright light. And everybody, including me, gets resistance to fire damage and 1d8 temporary hit points. So I would include the kids and everybody.
Do the runes? What language are the runes? Are they?
Oh, primordial.
Okay. Does this look like? So I'm searching my memory. Is iron slag something that's fitting here? Is that possibly the right?
You realize
fit?
this is very much like you changing your accommodating abode by changing a few spells. It's almost like plug and play. Like you're removing elements of the teleportation circle and inserting other runes, other arcane runes. You can feel yourself connecting
Right, but
to
I'm
another
trying to
circle.
figure out where we're going. And
You have no idea, and you don't have the time. You can connect to wherever this other location is, but you don't have the time to figure that out.
Alyndra, I
It could be
trust you.
Avernus. It could be.
It was nice knowing all of you. If this doesn't
that's
go
why
the
we
right
have the
way,
hut, right? Then I guess.
The hut's gonna live through being smoten by the gods.
Did it ever get cast?
It
Yeah,
did,
that
but
was
it
what I
only
did first. But it's
it's
not
9
gonna-
people, so either we take the teleportation circle or I bamf the 6 of us out of here.
I
and
vote
leave-
the teleportation
Yes,
circle.
Do it. We can do
Teleport.
this.
Let's go.
People's
Let's
lives
go,
are
and
important.
then I'll complete the circle. I mean,
All right, you complete the circle, and you see the blast wave just cover over you at the exact moment as you and the children and these families that you gathered at the last second. The goblin child is next to you freely at this exact moment as well, and the portal ignites, and you appear. Your ears pop, wind rushes around you, and you see this blasted gray muddy planet with lightning and storms, and you see nothing all the way to the horizon.
do I see?
And you have all the children and the families with you.
Okay, this sucks, but it's better than what was just about to happen. Anyone recognize where this is?
Do we recognize?
Out of the mud, which doesn't quite act like mud should, you suddenly notice, and this world looks completely worthless to you. But out of mud, which is clearly an illusion, you see a familiar, grizzled old man. I didn't think I was going to see you guys so soon. Hey, it's Rav. I know it's been the hairline's gone back a little bit, but well, they said that you'd be coming eventually.
Who's
Welcome
they?
home.
Who's they and where's here?
Oh, forgive me, we can't afford visitors here. And the illusion drops, and you see this beautiful green world with waterfalls and fields of wheat and several encampments and makeshift cities. Yeah, the thing is, we got a bit of an operation. Welcome to Storm Shield. And that's our episode, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. I am sorry for the immense stress that I caused my players. We will pick up next week, and we're going to discover what this new world is. And don't ever hang out in Nistar either. Thank you so much. Such wonderful players and such a really amazing role playing. I really appreciate it. B Dave, what do you have going on?
Thursdays for Black Dice Society, D&D, YouTube, and Twitch.
Thank you, sir. Penelope Half-Pint playing.
Hope LaVelle, that's me. Attackers of Opportunity, wherever you can find podcasts. Go.
Wife, what you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Sorry, Widdle is a little starstruck still. I am Meagan Kenreck, and you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Meagan Kenreck. And as well, I am also doing interviews with Todd on his YouTube channel, Todd Kenreck, where we talk about all things D&D.
Okay, Mr. Adam Bradford, who is the arch mastermind behind Demiplane, one of the 3 Norns that are in control of all things.
We got a great team. So you can find me on Twitter at BadEyeAdam, and we've got the bardbook.com Kickstarter last 24 hours this weekend, Satine Phoenix's birthday bash. So come and join me with a bard character on Saturday named Razmataz. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Lauren Urban.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the community manager for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can see me on Sundays playing the same character a year ago, just as confused.
Perfect. And Jen Kretchmer.
Hey, I'm Jen Kretchmer. You can find me on Twitter as DreamWisp. You can find me on Twitch as DreamWispJen. I am a writer, producer, actor, things. One of the authors of Candlekeep Mysteries. And I am the creator of the Accessibility and Gaming Resource Guide, which you can find in my pinned tweet. A bunch of cool stuff coming up. Keep an eye on Twitter for announcements and stuff. Yeah.
And I believe, did I miss anyone? I didn't miss anybody, did I? Me? Oh yeah, I'm Todd Kenreck, and I'm just evil. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. I am the Dungeon Master here. I am the creative manager over at Idle Champions and Codename Entertainment, and I do lots of other things such as consulting for folks and making videos with my lovely wife and talking about D&D and Ravenloft, which is an amazing book. Go buy it. It's so good. Oh my God. I wanted this book since I was like 8 years old. It really is like the easiest read I've ever had. I'm not being paid to say this, by the way. It's such a good book. If you like Ravenloft, is an absolute like 300-page love note to Ravenloft. I adore it. It is just pure. It's just fun. It's just a good book. I can't say enough about it. Or about this cast. You're all amazing. You're all lovely. You role play the shit out of things, and I am always feeling more like I look more impressive than I am. It all hinges on you because you're all like fantastic and you put up with my BS. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching.
Later, Gators.